Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary, as a resident of the Susquehanna River Basin, I'm quite aware of the issues with the Chesapeake Bay and the Chesapeake Bay tributary strategy that we need to address. But as chairman of the Environmental Resources and Energy Committee, I also recognize that we have 3 major river basins in this state, and approximately a third of the population lives within the boundaries of each. So we can't ignore those either. But I do believe that because the Chesapeake Bay is being pushed, addressing that by the federal government, and probably appropriately so. It's probably the largest estuary in the United States. It's sort of a pilot program. So my question goes towards the Bay, but we also recognize that there are TMDLs and total dissolved solids, TDSs, for the other rivers, so maybe you could peripherally address them also. But my question basically is, can you provide an update on the status of the Chesapeake Bay tributary strategy and your interactions with the federal EPA, and what steps, if any, can the Commonwealth take to avert the costs associated with this program?
Well, that's a great question. We've been working very hard, both as a Commonwealth and with our federal and other state partners, on the Susquehanna River / Chesapeake Bay situation, and the progress we've made since I've been here and since before I've been here has been nothing short of amazing from Pennsylvania, especially from our agricultural community, but there are others as well, the building, the construction folks, the sewage treatment folks, the municipalities. We have all of those sectors that have done their part to put us on target, the targets that were established by EPA. There was certainly some technical back and forth early in my tenure about the quality or lack of quality that we thought on DEP or EPA's model that they were using to make some decisions and even make some enforcement decisions. Frankly, I thought that discussion was therapeutic. EPA finally acknowledged that there were some shortcomings to the model and that the model had to be fixed. Both Virginia and Pennsylvania pointed that out to EPA. And again, that goes back before I got here. My experts at DEP came to me metaphorically on my first day and said, we have this problem with the model that EPA is using, and we need to tell you about it. So going forward, it is going to be a costly initiative, and that's why we have to make sure the science is right. We have to make sure the model is right, because as I told the federal Congress, we don't want to be in a position in Pennsylvania, and I think the figure is $10.6 billion that Pennsylvania is going to have to spend on this. We don't want to have to be in a position of having to spend that twice, because we didn't do it prudently the first time. And it's our job as watchdogs to engage in these discussions with all the partners to make sure that the best science is being brought to bear on it.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. I guess my point might be also that we're learning a lot from what we need to do for this. I mean, we already have TMDLs and TDS levels set for the other major river basins in Pennsylvania, I believe. So is this acting as a model to try getting to that? Whatever the solutions are, the cleanup that's required?
I think each river has to be taken separately. There are things that are on the Allegheny and the Mon that are different from the Delaware and the Susquehanna, and different issues. Certainly sediment issues are important in the Susquehanna, phosphorus issues, and so on and so forth. We bring different tactics to bear for a particular problem. A TDS issue on the Mon is handled differently than a sediment phosphorus nutrient issue on the Susquehanna.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.